Hello captains, this is Metaman. Today we're looking at the Haida, which is, in my consideration, the number one tier for tier knife fighter in the game. Right here you've seen that I'm going in towards cap, and at first I thought there'd just be one DD there, but there's two. And I'm going to go over a few different reasons why the Haida is, in my book, the number one knife fighter in the game. She has a bunch of attributes that help her do this. One, she has the lowest detection for her tier. Two, she has the highest DPM for her tier and really large alpha strikes, as in 1900 per salvo. Next, she has, which is one of the other most important things, is she has the hydro. You see that I didn't back away because I wanted to get close to these guys because I wanted to get them sucked into my hydro, which I can see the ships at 3.5 and I can see the torps at a little over 2 kilometers away. So I seen the torps in plenty of time. I didn't back away when there was 2 ships here, but you have the hydro that lets you see the ships at 3.5. You have the great alpha strike at having the 1900 per shell. Another one is your creeping smoke. So you notice that my smoke is still going and I can move around and create different angles, create different distances to hit these ships. Now, if I didn't have anybody, at first I was here by myself and then my team ended up coming over here and helping me. But that creeping smoke and that hydro and that DPM and that detection all adds up to just monster trouble for anybody trying to fight you. I'm going to move forward to another portion of this same game. I end up killing this battleship that I'm aiming at right there, but that has nothing to do with knife fighting. A little known thing, or a little brought up thing about a lot of knife fighting is where your guns are. And the Haida has 4 super firing guns in 2 turrets in the front. And that means that you're able to fight and stay bow on and show 66% of your power, as in your guns, and you're only showing less than probably 10% of your ship. Here, as usual, the airplanes are trying to kill me. I put him over by the island where he couldn't see me or get a good angle on me, and when he comes back, I'm going to angle a different way to be able to get him off another way where he's going to miss me again. But the combination of all these things, the hydro, the detection, the DPM, the alpha strike, the creeping smoke, the negatives with the Haida is I don't like her torps. They are super firing, and I'm going to get rid, or you can, not super firing, but you can single fire them. Here I could see the torps way ahead of time. I found him in smoke because of my hydro. He had me spotted because of his planes. Here I'm going to use the hydro again, and I'm going to show you using a little bit of your environment. I really thought about adding a few different ships to this video to show basically a knife fighting video. I'd say that my strongest gameplay is my knife fighting. I hear some DD players that just like to use torps and to use stealth completely, which everybody's allowed to play whatever way they like. I like excitement. I like to be up there. I want to be brawling, even in my DDs. Here, I got a little too close. He could see me even through my hydro. But watch how he loses my detection as soon as he gets around that island or that rock. And that gives you a pretty good idea of where, using your environment, you can make people disappear. It wasn't even quite to the midsection of that ship when I got it behind that rock and I disappeared to him. Here I'm going to be spotted for a second. He knows the gig is up. He's going to come forward, and it's I'm not going to say a give up move. He was hoping to get his torps into me, but he ends up torping the island, and then he's going to die. But on this last video, or clip, it's pretty interesting, as in, okay, so I'm in tier 7. I'm going to be fighting the Oland. He has no smoke in the next video. Oh, nope, I forgot. I'm going to show the single firing torps and the use for that. You'd be surprised how often I actually can creep up to somebody and single fire them into the bow or stern of a ship. And that's where you really want to try to hit them. If you hit in the midsection here, I knew he was going to be around down half health, so it didn't matter. But if you hit the bow or stern, there is no torpedo bulge. And you're going to get a lot more damage per hit. But it almost looks like a javelin or a spear here, how I throw these into this guy. But on this last clip, I want you to pay attention to the damage that I'm giving to the Oland. Like the Oland right here, I'm going to get a little bit too close, which is fine because I'm trying to get him into my hydro. I'm halfway through cap. And he's going to disappear. But now watch. I'm going to start using my damage output when he comes back. Here's one of the bad things about the torpedoes. You only have one set. And watch when I fire these. This happens sometimes. Watch how two torpedoes go on one side, two torpedoes go on the other. And you'll see that there's a pretty good gap in the middle. And ships seem to find a way in between those quite often. But watch when he gets bow on, how little damage he receives. And when he goes sideways, as in showing me the side of his hull, how much salvo is. A salvo on his side is 2,500, 1,200, 3,500. When I hit him in the nose, it's only a little under 1,000. So that's another advantage. When I'm knife fighting in my Haida, they're only hitting me in my nose. They're doing like half to a third the damage that they normally would. Like right here, I get a good salvo off, 2,500. Get another salvo off, another 2,900. Now watch when he starts going bow on. 900. He's bow on. 900. That's my point, is that with you being able to have super firing guns in the front, you're able to get so much more damage, and you have high DPM, and you have a hydro. It's just a knife fighting specialist. You do have negatives. I don't like the thickness of the hull, as in when you're close fighting that you could end up eating a torp. I don't like your AA. Your agility's okay. I don't like your torps. But other than that, I'd say she's pound for pound the best knife fighter in the game. So this is Meta_Man 2002. Please subscribe if you haven't already, if you like the videos and the different type of perspective. And you guys have a great day.